So it is finally time to talk about the championship elephant in the room, and that is the fact that Ash Ketchum, our boy from Pallet Town, is finally about to compete with the best, and by the end of this tournament he could very well be the champion of the whole world. So today's video is discussing if I think Ash will become world champion, if he's ready, and what sort of impact it could have on the series going forward. So I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So right now Ash is ranked 8th in the whole world. Does he deserve that ranking? Probably yes. Sure, there is trainers he's not beaten like Tobias, Harrison and some other forgettable phonies, but I think Ash has proved himself when it really matters. Ash has beaten Drasna, an Elite Four member, and also Raihan, who was a member of the Masters 8 for most of this season. So it's safe to say he's definitely a top 8 trainer at this point, but is he actually ready to start beating the champion level trainers? Sure, he did take down Iris earlier on in the series, but since they have their history and we've kind of always knew Ash was stronger than Iris, it wasn't really a massive impact. The true tests are going to start now. Whether it's Lance, Cynthia or Steven, these battles are huge. With limited time and battles being a 3-on-3, it seems like he won't be rotating his Pokemon, so most likely Ash will be relying on his Journeys team, which is arguably his most inexperienced team. So is Ash really ready to inherit the World Championship title and take his seat as the Monarch? I don't know, I don't quite think he's there just yet from a story perspective, but everything that the writers are building is leading to Ash winning this title. So next up, let's talk about the tests that Ash has to overcome in order to become a world champion. Well, obviously he has to defeat at least one champion level trainer, and that will be Leon, and most likely in this tournament he will have to defeat at least 2 champion level trainers to win the whole thing. In my predictions I said that Ash wouldn't battle Cynthia in the semis and then go on to face Leon in the finals, as this would be such a hard challenge for him. Instead I decided he could face Lance in the top 8 and then Alain in the semi-finals, and of course taking down Lance is no small feat. Lance is a champion level trainer, but the moment Ash overcomes this first hurdle it will give him the confidence to keep going and then get revenge on Alain. But I think throwing him straight in versus Cynthia after Lance would be very tough for him to actually win. So after Ash takes down the other 2 trainers, of course the final test will be Leon. Leon has been built up as this giant figurehead, an unbeaten champion with so much raw power and talent as a trainer, so it's obviously going to take some huge performance from Ash to be able to take him down. And as of recording this, I'm hugely split down the middle on whether or not Ash will beat Leon and become world champion. There's so many things pointing towards this happening, but also there is a lot of valid reasons to why it won't happen. First of all, Pokemon Journeys has been setting this battle up from the start, and most of the time that battles are set up from the start, they are usually the ones that Ash wins. Ash versus Gary, Ash versus Paul, Ash versus Gladion, he won all of these. But battles like Ash versus Alain and even Ash versus Tobias, these are trainers that were either shoehorned in or introduced pretty late in the series. In Alain's case, they were never set up to be Ash's ultimate goal at the end of the series, and that's why Ash lost to them and it wasn't really a big deal. In the Pokemon anime, the narrative will always come first, no matter the development, the writing to get us to the end point, or any other factors. The major narrative that is set up for each series will be what's important. And for Ash versus Leon, this has been set up from the start, so I think there's a good chance Ash will win this battle, despite not quite feeling ready. However, I'm not fully confident on this. There is outcomes where I can see all 3 of these results happening. I can see Ash losing, going away, preparing again for a rematch. I can see it being a tie and then throwing the whole tournament into chaos and confusion, and I can see Ash winning and hanging up his boots as our protagonist. But the time will only tell, and overall I'm definitely leaning towards Ash winning this and becoming world champion. And finally, I just want to touch on, if Ash actually wins this and becomes champion, what will the future in the anime look like? Will there even be an anime anymore? I hope so. I think if Ash wins, then we should finally move on. As much as it pains me to say, if he is the champion of the whole world, there's nothing else left for Ash to do. I would want a new protagonist, maybe even a female one this time, and to be honest I want to see the gym challenge again. I want to see a new trainer starting out. It would be nice to go into Gen 9 with a fresh new start. However, by no means do I want Ash to leave Pokemon. I still want him to be a major recurring and important character in this series. He is the world champion, so maybe our new protagonist can look at him, she can aspire to reach his level one day, everything comes full circle, he can be her final goal. This would just be really poetic and great storytelling, but more on that in another video. But Ash needs to stick around even if he wins. We can't have no overhaul of everything we know and love. The Pokemon anime have to build on what they've created in Journeys. Despite its pacing issues, it has some wonderful things for continuity, and it all needs to stick around. Ash has to step back as a protagonist but stay as a major character in this series to inspire the future. But that's it for this video. Please let me know your thoughts on everything we've talked about. Will Ash become the world champion? Is he actually ready to fill the boots of Leon? And where do you see the future going if Ash actually wins? Let me know. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.